Hello and welcome back. Uh, so we're still in the middle of the raid. I almost smacked you. Go on your home. Yep, stay there. Um, so yeah, and it's also been a little bit. I apologize. A lot's been going on. As I said in the last video, just moved here. We had that whole hospital thing. Oh, and these guys decided to interrupt. Thank you, Fire, for helping. Oh, that's not cool. And I really wish you guys would stop. I just built that. Ow. Ow. Oh no. Ow, that. Into the water. Ow. Alright. Well. So yeah, we're back to the whole dying over and over thing. Hopefully. Whoop, parkour. Hopefully, able to finish this though. That would be nice. Oh, shoot. Ow. So 3 deaths so far. I feel that we're going to have a continuation counter from the last time. And then once this is all over, maybe I will actually, go and get some diamond gear. I also have to finish telling you guys the story. Because we got to, what did we get to? We got to Texas. We were still in Texas. Oh no. Hmm. My helm seems to be missing. Either that or it broke. I did hear it cling, so that's possible. Ha ha ha. Is there bushes anywhere? Can we use the bushes? Let's work smarter, not harder. Hey, you. Yeah. Come at me. Ow, he just headbutted me. I mean, this will work a little bit. Let's put one there. Yeah, stay over there. So let me see. So Texas, we had the crazy, ow, the crazy people that, or maybe they weren't crazy. Maybe, as I said, maybe it's just a Texas tradition where you race somebody in the middle of the night if they try and pass you on the highway, and just not used to what I would consider their strange customs. I'm going to go with that. Give Texas the benefit of the doubt. But anyways, after all that, um, first let's finish. No bucket. So, it's still night, but after about like 3 a.m., it finally becomes fairly uneventful. Um, and then I get to the hotel at about what was it? It was around 4:30. Now, the hotel was purchased in advance for me by my father-in-law, who tends to have a ton of points for hotels, so he gets them pretty cheap. And that's just because of his job, has him traveling a lot. Um, but yeah, and he was nice enough to get me a hotel. And then something else that I realized I didn't tell you guys, I was also traveling with 2 cats. Now, for those of you that don't know, cats don't, in general, do very well in cars. Uh, and hmm, my cats were not an exception. One of them, Caprica, is she's an older cat. She's about, oh, how old is Caprica now? She's like 10, 11, somewhere in there. She was my wife's cat before we got married, and because my wife is a bit of a nomad, Caprica has moved many times. So this isn't a process she's unfamiliar with. She still doesn't like it. So that Ravager's dead. And then the other cat is Loki, my kitty. Loki is a little over a year old now. His birthday is sometime in April. Oh, died again. So to make it easy, we just celebrate his birthday on my birthday. Oh, get out! Oh, great. This is awful. God. Hmm. So Loki, only other time he's been in a car was when we first got him, and he didn't particularly enjoy that. No, actually, he's been in a car one other time, and that was when we went to the vet to get him his shots. He also didn't enjoy that. He has a very unique meow for being in the car, which sounds like pain and suffering, as if he is being murdered and dying, and nobody cares about him. It's so sad. Ow, ow. But, so I got that going on. And then I got Caprica, who's very angry. Like, when I say she's angry, I was not aware cats could be as angry as Caprica was. And, oh, wow. It's just a drive-by slang right there. Uh, so I got, oh, I should probably sleep because this will get far worse. Learn from our mistakes. Ah, 6 deaths. Yay. I don't know how I'm going to take care of that Vex. But what this is telling me is I need better safety measures. So yeah, angry cat as well as scared cat. Now, I will say after the initial hour, they did calm down. So I had their carriers as well as uh, Caprica has a little pumpkin bed that we got. That was terrible. That we got last Halloween. We actually got it for Loki because Loki is a black cat, and pumpkins, black cat. But Caprica, who's very tabby colored, very tabby, decided that it was hers. She just took it, and it's been hers ever since. So that's her bed. But I had it in there, and I let them out of their carriers, and Caprica just immediately. Well, the bucket's at least with my stuff now. Caprica just immediately went into the pumpkin, and Loki uh, just sat in the passenger seat, yowling. It was, if I could imitate his yowl, it would be along the lines of no, no. It was like even the whimper. Add the whimper in there. He was whimpering. So I had that the whole way as well. Uh, the occasional calming down. Cock. I at least got a hit off that time. uh, I'm just throwing myself at him until I eventually kill them. Would it make sense to go this way this time? Oh, nope. Dude, no. Can I punch this one to death? We'll find out, because he's just going to hit me and I'm going to die. But yeah, we get to the hotel, and I have to carry two very angry cats. Well, first I had to put the two very angry cats back in their carriers, which neither of them was happy about. And then I had to carry them both up two flights of stairs because this place did not have a working elevator, and then get them into the room. And then I'm looking at everything. All of it is very easy to destroy with cat claws, like all the furniture. And so I had to. Oh, it was pretty much instant. I did punch one to death though, so there's that. Uh, so I had to figure out what to do with the cats, and well, they ended up having to spend the night in the bathroom. I did put their carriers in there. I did put Caprica's bed in there. They did not like it though. I did get them a bunch of wet food though. Try to appease them, make them feel better about the situation. Oh, get away from me! Die! The Switch is at least helping me out. And well, that was really it for Texas. Not a whole lot else happened. I and yeah, pretty much the rest of it from San Antonio out out to the border of Texas. Very uneventful, very plain, normal driving is what I would call it. Nothing exciting, nothing horrible. It all went the way you would expect. But then we get into um, Louisiana. Once we get into Louisiana, it is very obvious. Texas pretty much lets you know you're no longer in Texas, just as well as they let you know, hey, you're in Texas. As well as there just wasn't really anything going on until you get into Louisiana. But once we get in there, about oh, halfway through the state, I have a feeling I'm skipping. I probably am. It's been a few weeks since the ride. There's probably minor things I'm missing, including I'm going to laugh if there's a state missing. But in Louisiana, uh, oh, what happened? Oh, hey, finally. Oh, it was the politest and police chase I have ever seen. So, just kind of cruising on through. And um what's going on there, guys? Oh, nope, nope. I don't like it. I don't like it. Nope, don't like it. Still don't like it. Still not liking it. I should have just swam off. Oh, is the raid done? I didn't really see. I still got vexes. I don't think they count. But yeah, they just got on the highway and they were just cruising. They're going. Like the speed limit there was 65 miles an hour. And I know I'm missing a state because that wasn't in Louisiana. I feel so bad now. There's a whole state that I'm just bleh. Was it Mississippi? I don't think it was. I don't know anymore. My whole knowledge of U.S. geography just bleh right out of my brain. And I just drove through these states. But yeah, anyways, whatever state it was, low speed police chase. I when I say low speed, I mean the speed limit is 55 because of construction. These guys are getting onto the highway. Like the guy who's being chased by the cops, as well as the cops, just getting onto the highway. They're going about 40, and they're also going really slow. Like they're also being really polite. Like the guy who was being chased by the cops was just letting people go by. He was like waving people by, like yeah, go by me. And then the cops are there, and once the cops showed up, everyone just they didn't want to speed by anymore, understandably. How do I want to sort this? I didn't really sort it very well. I guess the trees were in here. I guess this is like my everything right now, so we'll just do that. Anyways, so he was just waving people by as he was getting on, letting people on. Now, I was too far back to be part of the get waved by. The cops were pretty much right behind him. Not like right behind, but close enough. And then they all get on. You know what? I'm going to chop down some trees, break all these axes I just got. And, sorry, sorting my inventory after dying for the bajillionth time. I should probably go check on my villagers. Ah, the raid can't be over. I would have the hero of the village. And I only killed one witch. Someone is missing. They're too far away. I was just so relieved that it was over that I didn't bother to realize something's not right. But the question's also, do I really want to kill whatever's left? Because then another party can show up. And the next time I see it, I need to kill him with like lava or something. So that way this doesn't happen again. And I don't die 100 times because I'm super under equipped. Because that snapshot gave me false expectations. Because I hadn't done a real raid since the snapshot without equipment. By the time I did a full raid after the snapshot, I was already in God tier armor, which no longer exists. And for those of you who don't know God tier armor, when 1.14 first came out, you could pretty much have every type of protection ever on your armor, and it meant you could pretty much never die. You could even just go swimming in lava and just be perfectly fine. Like, it was super ridiculous. And I completely understand why Riot took it out. Still sad, but I understand. Um, but yeah, I hadn't done a raid since God tier armor, and now I realize just how terrifying raids actually are. I thought they were just things that happen. Like Vindicated, I knew they hurt, but I never really had a fear of them. Boy, did they teach me. As well, it's like Ravagers. Like I had seen people dying from them. Videos like SurvivalCraft, they have the Ravager on, and I saw that, and it's like, oh wow, they hurt. But I've never actually been attacked by a Ravager. I've killed many of them. I just never was attacked by any of them. So I didn't know that they were so aggressive and so painful. You know, I grabbed that iron to make myself new armor. I really do apologize for how long I want to make everything regular. I really do. I want this to be regular. Just it is quicker. I thought it was. Just the problem is I can't at the moment because uh, money. I got family support and kind of need money. So I got to do this in my free time and my off time. I just haven't really had a lot of that recently. I have a little bit right now, which is why I'm doing this, and I've been really, really wanting to do it again. Because, as I said, I want this to be regular, and I feel bad that it hasn't been. I also want to do more tutorials, and I was recording a sheep farmer tutorial, but I'm not really. Oh, best way to put it is I'm not really proud of the tutorial because it's not my design. Uh, well, part of it is, but it's not as good as I would have liked it. Like the farm in general is just not as good as I would have liked it, and that's just mainly because sheep are a bit of a pain. And the current sheep farm that's out there, you can find so many tutorials on how to make a single cell sheep farm. It's all the same farm for the most part. Very little differences. And I didn't want to make the same tutorial that everyone else has out there. Uh, I do have a bit of an expanded version on that farm, which that was what I was going to do. But that I'm also, as I said, I'm not exactly. It's not where I want it. I also have another one, and it's also not exactly where I want it. And I also felt like recording the video, it felt too much like Bumbo Jumbo's, ow, Mumbo Jumbo Sheep Farm video that he made when they announced Sheep Farm. So back in the pre-release. Uh, I'm just gonna get rid of this. I like to get on both sides. I need to figure something out to do with these bushes. For right now, because I do need to grow more, because they are helpful with defense, as you saw when dealing with that Ravager. But I need to figure that out. There's a lot I need to figure out. Hey, finishing the story I was telling you guys about the low-speed police chase. So now let's get back to that. Instead of being distracted and continually getting distracted, um, I'm going to clean up a little bit while I'm telling you guys about it. So back to initial story. So guy, super slow speed. It's in a construction zone. So the interstate is actually going down to one lane at this time. So everyone is now stuck behind the police who are chasing the dude who is going super slow. Like he is just cruising. He doesn't care. Like whatever he did to get the cops to chase him, he doesn't care about it. He's just it's just another day. It's just another day for this guy. And I we're going through the construction zone. He's being very polite about it. Like he's not speeding. Anytime there's construction guys, he moves a little bit off to the side to give them more room. That destroyed the campfire. I am now super sad because I've never broken one without silk touch, and I didn't realize that was a thing. Either that or it was because of the axe. Either way, I am now sad because I wanted that campfire. I really need to learn the new blocks better. But yeah, man, people are home now. And then once we get out of the construction zone and it goes back to 2 lanes, he's still just cruising. At this point, no one is quite sure what to do. Do we pass him? Do we need to hopefully wait for the cops to pull him over? Why are the cops chasing him? Why won't he pull over? These are questions that need answering and they're not being answered, and they probably never will be. Uh, Unless maybe one of you happen to be able to look and find out what happened. I actually think it was Mississippi now that I think about it. I know it wasn't Louisiana. Uh, but the reason I know it wasn't Louisiana is because I remember entering Louisiana. It was just the most ridiculous traffic ever on these tiny roads. But back to the police chase. So, we're behind them. We're like, do we? Don't we? There's one car in front of me. And then that one car eventually just like, you know what? Screw it. And he goes into the other lane and he just slowly starts passing by, making sure it's all right, make sure the cop's not going to freak out, make sure it's known that we're passing by, and then he just goes. Upon seeing this successful pass, everyone else is like, huh, all right, well, I guess let's go. And so we go. We just slowly pass by. Now, as I'm passing by, I look over. Oh, this whole area is so ugly. I look over. Dude is definitely just chilling. Like, he's just got his arm out the window. He's just on a nice summer morning cruise. And, like, this is just another day for him, as I said. He's just it's good for him. He's just cruising on by. As I pass, we're also coming up on another exit, and as I pass by, you could see some cops getting ready to get on the highway to join the chase. So yeah, that was uh that was that experience. And then it's fairly uneventful after that. And as I said, enter into Louisiana, just a ton of traffic. And then I actually had a friend in Baton Rouge who, since I was passing on by anyways, I stopped by, say hello, and hang out with him for the rest of the day. And that was that day. Next day, get up, leave Louisiana, and get into Alabama. Now, Bama, oh, Bama. So, the thing that stood out the most to me in Alabama was the fact that I didn't see a single Alabaman. Not one. Ton of people from Florida, ton of people from Texas. Oh, it's almost night. Uh, bunch of people from Louisiana, couple people from like North and South Carolina, some from Virginia. Not a single Alabaman on the road. Not one. I went through the state. I have no idea what their license plates look like because there's not a single Alabaman. I don't know if it's just because of the part of the state or if maybe Alabama's just a thoroughfare. It's just if you need to get from Texas to Florida, you go through Alabama. That's all Alabama is. At least that is the impression I got. And now I feel it's just because of the part of the state, but it was very funny at the time to not see a single Alabama license plate and just a ton of Texas and Florida plates. This place needs to be cleaned up so badly. So yeah, get through Alabama, and as I said, pretty much a thoroughfare. At least that's how it appeared. And then we get into Florida. Once we get into Florida, I stop to get some gas, and then I also go get me something to drink, go to the bathroom. Uh, by this time, I've run out of wet cat food, so I also decided to get some more wet cat food just to make the cats a little bit happier. I get back out get back out, go to my car, and it doesn't start. Doesn't start. Um, so at this point, I'm starting to freak out. I look around, trying to find, like, did I leave a dome light on? Even if I left the dome light on, I wasn't gone that long. I'm just trying to figure it out. Uh, Now there was a dome light on. I think I accidentally hit it when I was trying to help set up the cats after I left uh, my friend's house in Louisiana, and that it had been on the entire time. So when I see that, I get a little relieved. I'm still a little annoyed and nervous because I'm stuck now. Uh, at least it seems like I'm probably going to be stuck now. But at least I'm in the state I need to be in. Uh, two, it's probably just my battery then. At least this is what I'm telling myself. I do actually manage to get it going again though. I give it a little bit of gas and it starts up. So at this point in my head, I've now eliminated the battery, though I'm still hoping it's the battery. And the reason for that is that really shouldn't have worked. Usually that means that's another problem. It could still be the battery, but the chances are it's looking less likely. And then I keep going. I do have to make one other stop for gas, and again, car doesn't start up. Give it gas, it starts up again. So now I realize there's something seriously wrong with my car. Uh, Hopefully it can get me all the way to my new home. This is what I'm thinking. Uh, Praying to every god in existence that I can get there because I don't have any money really. And just just hoping that I get there. And I do. I managed to get there. Car makes it just fine. I I do put off taking it for a little bit because as soon as I get home, wife tells me that about why she went to uh, the hospital and what was going on with her back, and now I'm all sad and freaking out about that. And then also, a couple days later, she has to go back, and then that's when we found out that she needed to get surgery because her back was very messed up. But fast forward now, been here for a little over a month now. Things have settled down. Wife's doing okay. Uh, she's not back to 100% her old self, but she's able to move around on her own. She's not in constant pain all the time, so that's all good. And still getting settled in. Trying to find a job, though I'm fairly certain I got an actual job. That should be starting up here soon. So yeah, things have been going slow, but well. And now we're all caught up, and that's that's why things are where they are in Minecraft, and the channel hasn't really moved on. But yeah, now I can actually try to focus a little bit more on things. Try to not only just kind of clean up, but actually build things because now we have a house. We can move on. Like I want to make a storage system, and if any of you've seen any of my pictures that I've put on like Reddit, you will have seen some of my previous storage systems. I go a little bit crazy on them. I don't go so crazy on like the redstone aspect with like auto sorters, although I do like to. It's just a lot of work to do. And actually, after I post this video, I'm gonna go ahead on my Twitter I'm gonna post some of those pictures so that way you guys can see what those look like. And but yeah, back to it. I'm gonna put it in storage. One of the things I like to do, I should say, with storage areas is make it so that I can keep expanding it. Because one of the, I'm gonna fill this in. I'm sick of walking around it. One of the biggest downfalls with a lot of storage systems is that you end up limiting where you are, and you have to build. You either have to tear it down, or you have to try to find a way to add on, and it kind of takes away. Or you have to build a whole new storage system. And after doing that a couple of times, I kind of got sick of doing that. I don't really like rebuilding storage systems over and over. I like to have one storage system that I can reliably use. And so because of that, oops, that didn't go there. I've started with my storage systems, building them with the idea that they're going to continuously expand. So I'll start with like a small room with just a few chests. And then as I get more and more stuff, more and more equipment, I'll dig out more or I'll build more. And the reason why I keep pointing over here is I'm thinking storage is actually going to go here under this village. I'm going to just dig into there. This whole hillside here is just going to be my storage. And a couple advantages to it. One, I don't have to do so much outside decoration. And one thing that I'm not the greatest at, so try to avoid it. Like this right here, this is me forcing myself to get out of my comfort zone and do some outside decoration. Uh, and I know I said I was going to change this from cobble, but I think I'm just going to leave it as cobblestone because why not? It's a starter house. We can always make a better one later. But yeah, so carve out the inside and then make that my storage area. And then, of course, once we get a nice area for storage, we got to move this in there. And then another thing we need to do is like a foundry. And that will probably, after digging out storage, I'm thinking like here, a little room coming out of storage, and then have a building here that's like smelting. Either that or maybe this side over here somewhere have a foundry. And pretty much somewhere to smelt items. I don't think I'm going to make a super smelter per se, although I could. Um, Probably just going to make an easy smelting system. And then in there, I'll probably also put like a grindstone as well as oh, I can't even think of it. Stone cutter. I'd come out here and look at it and such. Although stone cutter, I like to have that with my crafting table, and that stuff I like to have in my storage room. So I don't know. I'll figure that out. I like to have all that stuff relatively close by though, because usually if you're smelting something, you just came up from mining, you also got stone to put away. You might need to take stuff out of your furnaces or your blast furnace or whatever and throw that into storage, etc. Well, there went that sword. And it's just better not to have to move around so much. And been meaning to do this entire time. There, boots. Might as well make new pants and new armor. Okay. But yeah. So yeah, get all that done, and then actually start getting things accomplished. Because this area has looked kind of plain for a little while now, and not a whole lot has happened. And so that we'll start tackling in the next episode. So next episode, we're just going to start it off probably with the mining. I'm I want to do like time lapse things, but I have to look into that. That's something I've never done before, but I want to do it. I like it when other Minecraft YouTubers do it, like either at their mining sessions or at their building sessions. So I need to look into that, so that way I can do that. Um, well, and pumpkins are harvesting. So yeah, maybe also once we do that, make a way up to the village that doesn't require hopping up there. And I still haven't checked on them. So now let's end the episode with checking on the villagers, making sure they're still alive. All right, there's a couple of you here. I'm pretty sure it cleared out everything though. And there's at least a few of you. Hmm. And also not sure if I want to keep the village the way it is or not. I really don't. And what I mean by that is I'm thinking some buildings, because this is really crowded. And this, like right here, looks really dumb. So, Scoozy. As well as this well, for some reason, villagers always manage to get themselves trapped in the well. So, gotta figure something out with that. And yeah, so yeah, might have to. Like this. This is dumb. And unfortunately, those are just side effects of how villagers spawn. Yeah, I think doing some cleaning up of the village, making it look nicer, that's definitely in order. Oh, I wonder if those are the guys I missed, or if that's a whole new raiding party. I don't want to find out. Just stay out in the ocean. Nothing to see here. We don't have a bunch of lazy. That was delayed. We don't have a bunch of lazy villagers that don't know how to protect themselves with no iron golems. Oh, we got hundreds of iron golems. Just stay out there. And looks like they're on their way over there to that part of the continent. Or maybe they're going out to that island. Either way, they're away from here. Alright, so we at least still have a few villagers. Um, what that means is you know what? I know I said I was going to end the episode with checking on them, but I'm actually going to end the episode with giving them some food. And maybe they'll replenish the dead villagers. Let's see. I does it have to be bread or can it be wheat? I've never done it that way. We usually do it with potatoes, and I kind of need the potatoes at the moment because I died a million times. Yeah, let's see. Will you just eat wheat? Or does it need to be bread? Well, you took it. Sir? You okay? Sir, your friend keeps taking the wheat. Not you. You. Sir, trying to give you stuff. Alright, well, you have all the wheat. Maybe make a friend. Have some weaponsmith babies. No, they can make great fighters. Certainly you guys need them. I think it's just you two. unless there's somebody out here at the beach house. As well as, I need a better way up to the beach house. Jesus. Oh, just the bed. Yeah, hopefully they give each other some food. If not, we might have a problem, and I might have to look for some villagers at night. And as well as, oh, if I has to do that, I need to go to the Nether. There's so much I need to do. Speaking of Nether, I need to find a place to put another portal as well. Ah, so much to do. Alright, anyways, I'm mostly Darklink. Thank you for watching, and until next time, well, it's been fun. Oh, and if you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe so that way you can see the next episode and see more, as well as if there's anything you guys want to see me do a tutorial on. Um, I specialize in redstone, but if there's like perhaps a build that you want me to try out, just let me know, and at the very least, I will attempt it. Have a good day.